Their Storm Week, sponsored by Home Pride Contractors.
Welcome back. All week long, we're looking back at a day that forever changed so many lives in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa, the Arbor Day tornado outbreak. Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller begins our Storm Week coverage with a retrospective through the eyes of the National Weather Service.
I just remember looking up and just saying, oh my, and the chill that went through my body knowing that that tornado is moving into the Omaha metro.
April 26th, 2024 is a day that most of us here in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa won't forget. And that certainly includes those working to forecast and warn the storms in our local National Weather Service office.
As a meteorologist, you don't want to see those days like that happen to people because you know the impact.
Suzanne Fortan is the meteorologist in charge at Valley, and thinking back to April 26th brings her back to the start of her career.
I've worked in weather for 40 years, and ironically, the first tornado outbreak I worked was on April 26th of 1991 down in Oklahoma. So it was, to me, there was huge irony in the fact that as a very green meteorologist back in 1991, I worked an outbreak, and then here now, almost 40 years later, that same day, same sorts of impact.
Our National Weather Service office in Valley issued over 50 warnings that day, and they knew it would be a busy day.
Leading up to the 26th, it was a day that we could see coming in advance.
Brian Bargenbrook has been with the National Weather Service for 18 years and was working the day of the storms. He says it was a day that had a lot of potential for high-end severe weather.
It was something that we hoped wouldn't come true, but when the afternoon came to pass and when the storms began to fire, the way that everything kind of set up, we knew that it was a day that was going to be a big day.
On days like April 26th, they're prepared for the extra workload.
We had every workstation full. We had 5 different people issuing tornado warnings at the time. So that is the greatest number of people I've had issuing tornado warnings in my 18 years.
With one of the most notable tornadoes of the day hitting close to home for a lot of the National Weather Service meteorologists who live in the Omaha metro, this was not a normal day of issuing warnings.
It was extremely busy. It was chaotic in that these tornadoes passed very close to several of our homes. So we were concerned about our own families, our own friends, our own pets and animals, just as much as we were on everyone else.
A big part of the success of issuing warnings that day was the ability to see what was happening in real time with so many storm chasers following the storms.
We call the 3 legs. I mean, we need to have the radar information, what we're seeing in the environment, and the ground truth.
Having that ground truth can be a game changer when it comes to issuing warnings.
Being able to look up and to validate, that there was a large tornado on the ground and it was moving toward Elkhorn and Bennington and Blair. That kind of information is invaluable to us.
With a total of 25 tornadoes in the National Weather Service Valley coverage area, April 26th left a wide field of damage across Nebraska and Iowa. But it could have been so much worse.
You know what happens when you see those radar signatures, and it's not something that you want to necessarily see. And so the fact that there weren't more casualties, more injuries in this type of storm is really a bit of a miracle on its own. And that's really our goal. Whether it's 2024, 2025, or 2030, the National Weather Service is really focused on just providing outstanding warning services for the people that we serve.
Even with the general success of the warnings that day, surveying the damage of the second April 26th outbreak in her long career, this is a day that Suzanne hopes to never repeat.
After the fact, going and doing the surveys afterward, there was heartbreaking footage that you're going to encounter. And so, to me, it's not again.
This goes down as the most memorable day of my career, and I hope to keep it that way.
Now, severe weather coverage is really a team effort between us, the broadcasters, and the National Weather Service. With recent cuts to the Weather Service, our Valley office is expected to remain critically understaffed throughout this upcoming severe weather season, but it does remain their mission to provide the best warning services possible to the public.
Yeah, number one, safety.